by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about becoming a mommy. So, hey, Dion. Okay, I'm going to sit him right here. Look.
Mama.
Yeah, got that. And I'm just going to be giving you guys, you know, my take and my experience, my little journey and everything, because my pregnancy was not easy. You know me, you was around me around my pregnancy, that it was stressful for everybody that was around me, because when I tell you I went through so much, it don't make no sense. And I was not expecting, you know, my pregnancy journey to be like that. But I mean, everything is different for everybody, so we might not go through the same thing, but I could tell you how, like, what I went through and how I got through it and everything like that. And this is what I got out of it, so I'm great, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna, you know, keep watching, and I'm gonna just talk to y'all. I got my iPad right here, and I've like put down some pointers and stuff like that, some questions people ask me all the time that, you know what I'm saying, I never answer. This is the video for me to do that. I'm gonna talk about from labor, from finding out I was pregnant, you know what I'm saying, post labor, like what I experienced during my pregnancy journey. So keep watching. Like I said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And yes, I hope you guys join us into watching some more videos. And you're gonna be seeing me and Dion's faces. Like I said, he's preoccupied right now, so we're just gonna let him do what he do while we have a grown woman talk. Kiss. Dion's birthday is September 1st, 2018.
Yeah.
So I found out I was pregnant December, because it was after my sister was pregnant with my nephew. So we had just went to her baby shower. So like, I think like a week after that, I found out I was pregnant. How I found out? Okay. So at the time, me and Dion's father, his name is Darian. So you guys gonna see, you know what I'm saying, gonna hear his name and pictures throughout this video, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let you know everything about that. So yeah, so me and Darian, I'm just gonna give a little backstory about our relationship. I met him when I was 15. We went to school together, graduated from the same high school or whatever. He was a year above me. Like I said, we had a class together, and we was always like, you know what I'm saying, just real good friends. I always had a crush on Darian, but I just never, like, I was a punk, okay, back then. So I never, like, stepped until after we graduated high school. You know what I'm saying? Because we was friends, so he used to talk to me about, you know what I'm saying, what he like in a girl, what he don't like in a girl. And all the stuff he was saying he don't like, you know what I'm saying, he used to say that he like weave or something like that. And I had me a full sew-in. And so I used to think like, okay, well, maybe he, you know what I'm saying, he checking me out. So let that be whatever like that. So, I was 15, so I was in like 10th grade, I think. So throughout 10th grade, 10th, 11th, 12th grade, you know what I'm saying, the rest of high school, me and Darian was just like cool, and we were just like friends. We used to see each other. Like, I think that next year he didn't go to Salem anymore, so I used to see him like every now and then. So always, we just had this connection, you know what I'm saying, like once we see each other, we have to speak, like. Okay, so after we graduated high school or whatever like that, but when I graduated, so he has a sister, Bernice, that was in my grade or whatever. Like, we graduated the same year. So of course he was at the graduation. So we seen each other at the graduation, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, oh my god, Darian, hey, blah blah blah. So we just like that. So after that, you know what I'm saying, like I said, we were just seeing each other around like randomly or whatever. So come to find out, I have a friend, Niara, that you guys see on my videos, on my YouTube videos. Niara was dating Darian's best friend, Trey, at the time. So she was dating Trey. So I was like, you know what I'm saying? So Darian ended up telling me, you know, that we should be friends or whatever. And I was just like, you know, so I was not going for none of that, because I really wanted this man. I've been wanting this man since I was 15. So like, no. I'm a step, you know what I'm saying? I was stepping at this point, like, what? Like, I'm stepping at this point. So, like, you know what I'm saying? We just chilling or whatever. He texting, you know. I'm just like, okay, you want to be friends, but we're, like, no. Like, I having dreams about this man and everything. So, at that point, I'm like, bro, no, I'm going to get you. Like, I'm stepping. So, okay, so we end up getting a relationship, and it's a lot of stuff that happens. Like, so me and Darren got together, okay, blah blah blah. I found out I was pregnant. So my period was 2 weeks late, and at this point, you know what I'm saying, it's been throughout this month. I'm pretty sure I done took a plan B. So I'm like, okay, no, like, I'm not pregnant. My period is off. Like, I'm having the symptoms. Like, I'm cramping. I'm like moody. You know what I'm saying? I'm emotional. Like, I'm having the symptoms of my period is coming. So I'm thinking the whole time, like, no, bro, my period is on the way. Like, it's coming. It's coming. So he's like, bro, he keep asking me. That's how I know it was a setup. Cause he keep asking me, like, your period came yet? Your period came yet? And I'm like, no, bro, it didn't come. So he's like, you're pregnant. And I'm like, don't say that. Like, fuck wrong with you? Like, oh, sorry. But don't say that. Like, no. So he's like, I think I should. At this point, we were staying with a friend. We were not staying like with our parents or anything. So he was like, I think I should, you know what I'm saying, call my mom and talk to my mom or whatever like that. I'm like, well, shoot, because you know, at this point I'm in denial, so I don't really think I'm pregnant. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, if you feel like you need to talk to your mama, then talk to your mama. So he calls her, whatever. He's like, can we come over there tomorrow or whatever? So she's like, yeah. So okay, so the next day go by and go to her house. And she makes us this big breakfast. I'm telling you, she had like rice, eggs, like sausage, bacon. It was some other type of meat, but that's not the point. So I'm telling y'all. So I'm sitting here like, I'm asking, like, we talked before we got there. Like, are you gonna tell her, like, we're gonna talk about it, type shit like that. So I'm like, okay. So she's making the breakfast. She give me my plate or whatever, and I'm trying to eat, you guys. Like, I'm trying to eat. And I am so nauseous. Like, I'm sitting there picking the food, like eating. The smell is just like getting me. Like, I'm just sitting there just going through it. I'm just like, oh my god. So I'm like, gotta go to the bathroom. So like, throwing up off of the smell. But once I started eating, like, it came up. Like, it was not playing. So me and Darian just looking at like his mom, like, you know, I got something, you know what I'm saying? We got something to tell you. She's like, you pregnant? And I was like, I don't know. But, you know what I'm saying, my period's late and, like, you know what I'm saying, being nauseous. But like I said, at this point, like, it's been 2 weeks and the place, like, where we were staying, we really weren't eating like that. Like, we were eating, but, like, I had, like, bigger meals than what I was eating. So at this point, I'm thinking I'm malnourished, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I just need to eat something. Like, no, like, I haven't been eating like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm lightheaded. I'm nauseous. Like, what could it be? Like, I was just, in this point, I'm just in denial that I'm, you know what I'm saying, pregnant. So we go out shopping for Darian or whatever, and she forces me to get a pregnancy test at the store. So I'm like, oh my god, okay. So get the pregnancy test. So we go back home or whatever like that. So I'm taking the pregnancy test. I'm on the phone with my best friend, and I just started crying, guys. Like, I just started crying. And it wasn't the fact that, I don't know how I was feeling. Like, I wasn't really sad that I was pregnant. I just was like, I guess in the moment, and it's just like, oh my god, like, it's something inside of me. Like, you know, because I wasn't like, no, like, abortion didn't run through my head. Like, how am I going to do this? Like, that didn't run through my head and nothing like that. Like, it was just, I was just emotional, like, for some reason. So, you know, Darian's comforting. He's like, you know what I'm saying, we're going to get through this, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, you know, I ain't really worried about that. Like, I don't know why I'm crying. So, I tell you, I kid you not, like, after I found out I was pregnant, that's when all of my nausea, my morning sickness came. Like, it came, like a fucking bus. Like, it came. So, I tell my mom, like, I think, like, the next day, I go up to her job. At this point, I'm not living with my people, so I go up to my mom's job, and, I'm telling her, like, you know, got something to tell you, and she's like, you pregnant? I'm like, yeah, yeah, and she's like, and so we call my dad, and he hangs up the phone, y'all. He hangs up the phone. He was not going for none of that, okay? He didn't want to hear it, because I'm the baby of the family. They still treat me like I'm 12. So, like, I just knew it wasn't gonna be like, you know, a joyous thing. So, I mean, I really didn't care because at this point, you know what I'm saying, I got the man I always wanted, you know what I'm saying. I was happy, you know what I'm saying. I was happy, and I was not gonna let nobody bring me down. Like, you know, it was just so much going on. I was so stressed out, you guys. Like, y'all don't understand. This is just a little peek of what the hell was going on, but it was a lot going on. So, then I'll insert my ultrasound, whatever, my first ultrasound, and little pictures and clips like that for you guys. So yeah, after that, when I found out I was pregnant, that's when the crazy shit started happening. So I had what they call hyperemesis garadium or something like that. So we're gonna look that up for you guys. And Dion just throwing all this stuff out of my makeup bag, but I'm gonna let him do it because he's quiet. So if you have a toddler, you understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm gonna look up what I had for you guys. Hyperemesis garadium. Okay. It is a pregnancy complication that is characterized by severe nausea, vomiting, weight loss, and possibly dehydration. Feeling faint may also occur. It is considered more severe than morning sickness. Symptoms often get better after the 20th week of pregnancy, but may last the entire pregnancy duration. Okay, let's talk about that, because that's its own topic on its own. So, hyperemesis garadium. I could say I found out I was pregnant. I was about 6 or 7 weeks, and from the 7th, 8th week, I was sick. I had to constantly get admitted into the hospital. When I tell y'all, like, it got to a point where I was getting admitted in the hospital. It was keeping me for days, and it got to a point where they had to come to my home to hook me up to an IV in my home, like in my bed. Like, I had to stick myself in my stomach every other day with this pump. I still have all the medical supplies in my, like, downstairs in my closet. Like, it was this medicine called Zofran, and it was supposed to help, you know what I'm saying, the nausea, and help me go about my day regularly, because I literally could not do anything, guys. Like, without this pump, I'm in the bed or in the hospital, like, literally. So once I got that pump, I was able to move about, you know what I'm saying, do everything I needed to do that I wasn't able to do without the pump. So so that lasted about my second trimester. My second trimester, I got off the pump, and that was like a month or two that I was fine and okay eating. I got my appetite back. I was eating. I didn't really have any weird cravings. While I was pregnant, I was craving watermelon, and it's crazy because Dion does not like watermelon now. So I was craving watermelon. Like, me and Darian literally had to buy like whole watermelons. Like, every other day I was just running through watermelons, like every other day. It was crazy, and it was the only thing that was keeping me okay. Like, I was eating that and Chick-fil-A. I was eating Chick-fil-A every day. Like, once I figured out the few foods that I could eat, like, while I was pregnant, I was on it, okay? Because, like, I couldn't eat bananas no more. It made me throw up. I couldn't eat chicken no more. It made me throw up. The smell, everything, I did not like it. I was just throwing up to the point where I just did not want to eat nothing. Like, I did not want to eat nothing, guys. Nothing. Like, nothing at all. But I think I got a hold of a Moe's burrito after like, one of the days I was throwing up for like that. Like, I wasn't eating. It was like weeks at a time that I was not eating. Like, it was crazy, guys. It was really crazy. And I feel like I have a picture of how small I got, because I got down to 112. Can you believe that? 112. That is small. Like, I'm 4'11", and that's probably where type of, you know what I'm saying, my weight class that I should be in. But I like to eat, so I'm a little bit, I'm bigger than, I'm like 125 right now. Yeah, I'm like 125 right now. But like, after I was pregnant and everything, like, I've been maintaining my weight. I haven't really picked up no weight like that. So I already did my makeup. I did my makeup already, boo. So I did have kind of a scare while I was pregnant with Dion, and I had to go to a specialist because they thought that Dion's legs weren't growing how they were supposed to be growing, but it was just because I was short, and Darian he was 5'7", so Dion, he don't have a chance, no way. So I wasn't really worried about that. They tried to scare me and say that, you know what I'm saying, it could be something wrong with his legs and stuff like that, but I wasn't too worried about it. But I did go to a specialist, and I had to get like a special ultrasound to make sure that Dion's legs was growing properly and everything like that. So when I had got pregnant, this app called What to Expect, I fucking love this app. It helped me with you know what I'm saying, transitioning for every trimester, every week, what to expect, you know what I'm saying, what size your baby is this week, you know what I'm saying, little tips and everything like that comes on that app. Like, I love that app. And then after I had Dion, it transitioned over to, like, you know what I'm saying, being a new mom, your baby and stuff like that. They have like a place in the app where you can like track pictures and, you know, keep up with their growth and stuff like that. So I really like that app. It's called What to Expect. As far as when I found out I was pregnant, I went and got my Medicaid, I went and got my food stamps, I went and got my WIC, like, everything. They actually, like, this government and shit, but they actually help a lot when it comes to pregnant women. Like, I'm not even gonna cap to you. Like, my Medicaid, I got my Medicaid the same day, so from there on, I was able to get, my doctor visits paid for. I set up my WIC, you know what I'm saying, I went and got my WIC, and up until you have your baby, and if you're breastfeeding, it's a year. If you're not breastfeeding, it's 6 months that you're, like, up to 6 months after you have your baby that you're able to get WIC. So stay on the WIC, and you know, that's your milk, your eggs, your dairy products, your cheese, like essential stuff that you can get on WIC. So I went and got my WIC, food stamps. With your parents, you're not going to be able to get food stamps, unfortunately. I think unless you're under your parents' case, like, until you're like, I think up until you're like 23, like, if you're 23 and older staying with your parents, you're able to get your own food stamps. But if you're 23 and under staying with your parents, you're going to have to be added to your parents' case. So when I got my food stamps, me and Darian actually had our own apartment, so I was able to get food stamps to cover for all three of us. Yeah, for all three of us. So that came in handy. Like, if you're not breastfeeding, you are able to buy formula on, like, with your WIC and with your food stamps, which comes in handy because a can of formula is the cheapest is $16, boo, and that's a small can that's gonna last a couple days depending on how your baby eat. So I suggest you get food stamps and WIC because it helped me a lot, and I'm pretty sure it'll help anybody can need the extra help. So food stamps and WIC. Like, fast forward to labor. So a week before I went into labor, I experienced getting sick again. A week before my labor, I was sick again, and it was like this, like, it was just like I just found out I was pregnant all over again. Like, I was throwing up that whole week. I didn't eat nothing that whole week. Like, up until my baby shower. Okay, so I was sick. And you know, I was contracting. I feel like that whole week I was contracting. I was only 1 centimeter. Like, I was in and out the hospital. I was in and out the hospital that whole week, and I was not dilating, guys. Like, so that whole week I was contracting. So fast forward to my baby shower. That day I woke up. I was feeling okay. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I could probably eat today. You know. So, you know, planning the baby shower, decorating, getting everything together. I tried to eat at my baby shower because I think I had some seafood pasta, some wings, some meatballs, some fruit. I was ready to eat, guys. I was ready to eat. So, you know what I'm saying? I got me a little plate. I was eating. It got time to open them gifts, y'all. So it got time to open the gifts, and it all came up, y'all. It all came up. So I was just so sick. Like, I think I had my baby shower on the 24th of August, or something like 26th, 24th, around that time. I don't even know. It don't even. So I had my baby shower, and then I literally had Dion like a few days later. Like, I was contracting the rest of the days, and then the day that I went into labor, my mucus plug came out in the toilet. So my mom was like, mind you, know what I'm saying, this is my first pregnancy, so I don't know nothing about nothing. So I'm like, oh my God. She kept telling me what it would look like, so I'm pretty like that's what it was. So I'm like, Mom, my mucus plug came out. And she's like, okay, so he shouldn't be like too far after that. So mind you, I'm still contracting, so I'm telling her, I'm like, Mom, like if I'm still like contracting within the next hour, we have to go to the hospital. Like, this don't feel right. Like, this don't feel right. Hour went by, and I tried to take a nap and everything, and I just could not. I was not comfortable. So we go to the hospital, and they do a little test, because mind you, I'm still at this point, I'm still 1 centimeter. Like, as long as I've been contracting, I'm still 1 centimeter, and my water has not broke yet. Just my mucus plug came out, and I'm just contracting. So they do a little swab test down there to see if my water did break, and it did, and I did have a little slow leak. So at this point, they had to induce me, and I got to the hospital at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I didn't have Dion till 8 o'clock at that night. So like that was like they said 23 hours. I didn't do the math to make sure it was right. I didn't really care. So yeah. After they induced me, up until I got to 7 centimeters, I was okay. The pain when I got to 7 centimeters, okay, scale of 1 to 10, bitch, a 10. A 10, okay? Okay, a 10. Like, a 10. I was screaming, guys. Like, at first, because I was trying to be a hard body and trying to, like, take it because I didn't want to get an epidural at all. Like, I was so against getting an epidural because I did not want to be paralyzed. I heard all of like the side effects or whatever comes from epidural, and I didn't really educate myself on it because I was not planning on getting it, so I really didn't know much about it. I just know that people had complications after they had their epidural, so I did not want to get one. So I tried to hold off as long as I can, but I only made it to 7 centimeters, and I was trying not to scream, so I'm sitting there just crying, y'all. I'm just laying there and I'm crying, like I'm crying. So it's like, if you need to scream, you can scream. I'm like, bet, okay. I was just screaming, and I'm like, my mom like, stop being mean. My best friend like, it's gonna be okay, Naya, it's gonna be okay. And I'm like, get out of my face with all of that. Like, I don't want to hear none of that. Like, it's not okay. This shit hurts, okay? It's not okay. So I got to 7 centimeters, and I had to get an epidural because they said I was scaring the other moms, guys. That's how bad I was. That's how loud I was screaming. They said I was scaring the other moms. So I got an epidural. The dude that came in and did the epidural, he was actually nice. You know what I'm saying? He talked me through it, talked my mom through it, because of course she had questions and she was in there with me. They only allowed one person in there with me while I was getting the epidural. And I wanted my mom in there with me because, you know what I'm saying, I'm already crying. At this point, I'm pushing, like my body is pushing, but they telling me not to push. But first, I'm just pushing at this point. Like, my water finally breaks, and I just feel everything just coming out. Once I got an epidural, I literally was asleep for about an hour, I think. And I woke up, and she was like, so if you feel like you have to use the bathroom, you know what I'm saying, number 2, then let me know. And I'm like, that's what it feels like, sis. Like, I have to shit, okay? And she's like, no, that's not. So she's like, if you feel like you have to use the bathroom, that means it's time to push. So when I told her that I felt like I had to take a shit, she like looked down there, and Dion's head was right there, guys. Like, it was time. So everything happened so quick. Like, they were just flipping shit, just get everything out of the way, just bringing everything in. So Darian had one leg, Shannon had the other leg. My mama was recording, my sister was recording. They was telling us that we couldn't record, but they snuck it in and got the video. And I literally pushed for like 9 minutes. Like, I literally pushed for 9 minutes after that, and Dion came out. And a complication after I had Dion, like I told you guys before, I was pushing. They was telling me not to push. So meanwhile I was pushing, my cervix started to swell. So, which caused Dion's head to swell. So when Dion came out, his head was a bullet, and I was so hurt, y'all. I'm like, what is wrong with his head? And they was like, no, it's fine, it's fine. It's going to be like that, you know what I'm saying? You just got to mold it. And I'm like, bruh, I felt like baby head up. Like, my baby head was long, y'all. It was pointy. I was like, oh my God, like, I did this to him. Like, I did this to him. So, after 6 pounds, 3 ounces, and he was 19 centimeters, so he came out just in time, and he actually was 2 weeks early. So I'm pretty sure if he was stayed in there a little bit past 2 weeks, I was gonna be feeling way worse than I was feeling at 6 pounds. So he knew exactly when to come out. That's my dude, okay? And yeah, so after I had Dion, they was asking me, you know, like, is your stomach hurting? Like, are you having any pain, anything like that? And I'm just like, no, I'm chilling. Like, y'all, I was hungry. I told you I didn't eat like that whole week prior. Like, soon as I dropped Dion, give me a sandwich. Like, I had pizza. Like, I was hungry. Like, all the stuff that I could not eat when I was pregnant, give it to me now. Like, I want it now. Like, they used to tell me, like, after you have a baby, they come and get your baby and stuff like that. They don't do none of that no more, okay? They had Dion in the room with me. I was in the room. I barely got any sleep. Like, they kept busting in the room, like, checking on us. I'm just like, please just let me sleep. So, after I got out the hospital, I was in the hospital for 3 days. So actually, after I got out the hospital, I experienced, it's called postpartum edema or something like that. It's when all the water in your body like goes to your legs. So all the water in my body went to my legs. And when I tell you that my legs were swollen, like, it was swollen to the point where it started to hurt when I walked a little bit. Like, it was bad. So my mom had looked up everything, and they had just told me to elevate my legs. She had gave me some compression socks and everything like that. So yeah, so I was dealing with that after the fact, after I had Dion. Moved back in with Darian's mom until June of 2019. Dion's dad unfortunately committed suicide. So it's just me and Dion now, and that's one of the reasons why I became an entrepreneur, because you know what I'm saying, after that, you know, I realized, like, I'm the only person responsible for this child right now. Now I still want to get into postpartum, because most mothers go through postpartum, and I actually did go through postpartum. While you're pregnant, the doctors do tell you to take a supplement. I don't know if it's DHA or it's something of that sort that's supposed to help minimize the chance of getting postpartum. But I barely took my prenatal vitamins, so I wasn't taking that either. So I was, you know what I'm saying, I caused that, I guess. I wouldn't really say I caused it, but like, I could have took more steps in preventing it. Let me say that. So, you know what I'm saying, like, what's wrong? Like, why are you sad? And I'm like, bro, I don't know. Like, I literally would just be in the back seat crying, like, just crying. And I don't know what it could be, like, I don't know. So, like, after, you know what I'm saying, bringing Dion home and everything, I did breastfeed for 2 weeks. A lot of mothers probably can breastfeed longer than that, but me personally, I lasted 2 weeks. I think, honestly, I did nipple confuse Dion, because I was switching from my nipple to the bottle back and forth like that, because I was trying to pump at the same time. So I got him a little nip confused, so it was kind of hard for me, like when it was like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and he's just crying because he's not latching on. So I did get frustrated and I had to stop breastfeeding because I was tired. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I done been about 10 months so far without smoking no weed, so I just was over everything at that point, and I just stopped breastfeeding and put him on formula. The formula for me, like the way things were going, it's not really healthy for your baby, but for your mom, it's more convenient, I guess, because it's quicker and simpler. But if I could go back, I probably would have continued to breastfeed Dion. Like, it's rumors, you know what I'm saying, that say that, you know, breastfed children are smarter, or breastfed children are, you know, whatever the fuck they say. But my son, okay, it had to be the Chick-fil-A chicken or something, because this man, I swear to you, he's like 8 years old in the head, and he's only 18 months, but he knows a lot. Like, he's a very smart boy, and it amazes me that he's so smart sometimes. Like, as far as, you know, this toddler stage, I'm still new to this toddler stage. I feel like he's in his terrible twos already, and he's only 1. So this is gonna be, I would say this is gonna be fun. Okay, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be stressful, and I'm gonna make sure I will try to get all of this on camera for y'all. Like, once Corona's over with, we're definitely gonna be outside. Okay, doing a lot of stuff. I don't care. My baby not about to grow up in the house. Okay, we was outside, and look what they trying to do to us, Dion. Yeah, I don't know. I feel that's it. Someone gonna ride out. And yeah. Dion, say bye. Say bye. Bye. Say cheese. Say bye.